On top of that, look up churches. I'm going to be honest, we did not have the best luck with this, and it's funny, okay? Because Christian churches are known for doing community outreach and stuff. I have a whole story about a church, but I'm going to leave that for another video. It was very, very disappointing. We literally got kicked out of a parking lot of a church. And we literally went in person to another church and told them our situation, and they just ignored us. So we did not have the best experience approaching churches and asking for help. Very ironic. So ironic. But you are, more than happy to give that a try and see if there is a church that will help. I personally know from experience, and because I worked for them through AmeriCorps, like I said, Catholic Charity Services. They have all kinds of programs through their social services department, okay? That's the only one I will recommend and know they will help. But all these other churches, good luck, and it's worth a try though, okay? Now, I'm going to talk about things like people created these different things, and it's amazing. All right. I'm going to tell you about freecycle.org. Again, freecycle.org. Literally how it sounds, free, cycle, like a cycle.org. It's amazing. Sign up. It's like Craigslist without all the creepiness, okay? And it's literally only for people to post things that they don't want anymore, and they're giving away for free. You heard me correctly. People there post up stuff they don't want to end up in the landfill. So it's people who are environment friendly. They are more conscious, okay? And they're kinder. They know that people also are getting on there because they don't have the money for things. So there's things from like appliances to food to furniture to collectible items. There's just all kinds of stuff. And I even knew about this site way before I was homeless. That's how I knew to check it. So make a profile on there. It's completely free. And the other upside of this is that you can create a post. You can create as many posts as you want of things you are looking for. So on freecycle.org, there's a tab for want posts and want and giving. So like, you can click on it, a tab where it's only posts of people giving away stuff. Then you can click on the tab for people who want stuff. And then there's a tab where you can just see the wants and the giving all together, okay? Completely free. Secure, so that you're not giving out personal information. So there's that, freecycle.org. Another awesome thing that I just recently found out about, which I wish I had known about when we were homeless, because these groups have been around for 5 to 10 years, at least here in Louisville, is Louisville Freegans. So I don't know if you know about freegans or freeganism, but it's just the concept kind of like free cycle. It's, people who value taking care of the earth, who understand the value in things and recycling or upcycling things instead of just tossing it and buying something new. So you can try looking for a freegan group in your city. Freegan, okay? And once you join it, you'll see people putting up posts like, hey, I have this stuff, who wants it? And you just abide by the group rules and, communicate with whoever it is that you're replying to in there about whatever item you see or need. And of course, you can also post in there what you're looking for, what you're in need of. Now that I'm a member of the one in my city, it's amazing what I see. Like almost daily, I see someone who's in need of stuff. And people see the post and they reach out and they start replying and, hey, I got this, blah, 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 blah. Like I've seen stuff from like a woman posting for an elderly woman about household items because the woman lost everything, and everybody started chipping in, and now this woman has a fully furnished home. I'm not ashamed to let you know that Ty and I finally, after being homeless and then hopping around for 2 years, being homeless but living in the van, living in a Black Lives Matter house, and then living in other people's homes. We finally have our own place. And this just happened this year in February. Can you believe that? Right? So literally 2 years later, we're finally in our own place. And our home is almost completely furnished because of the kindness of people in these groups I'm telling you about, the Louisville Freegans, and I'm about to tell you about another group. But yeah, now we have furniture in our home because of these cool groups who have similar, I guess, perspective as me. And anyway, so yeah, please check in your city. Dang, scarf won't stay. And I don't like it when it chokes me either. But yeah, please, look on Facebook for your city. My hair be crazy sometimes. You guys already know that. And I'm waiting on getting a new do. I'll leave that for a surprise for you guys. But anyways, oh my God, what was I saying? Louisville Freegans. Check your city. Of course, I'm not going to say should because that's not cool. You get on Facebook. If you don't know how to do this, you hop on Facebook, in the search bar, put your city name and then freegan and just see what pops up. And you know what's even simpler? Literally just type in your city and the word free. And then Facebook now has these ways to filter your search by people, group, page, event. So after you put in your city name and free, click on group and see what groups pop up. Because literally it could be a freegan group, but it's not titled freegan. So please give that a whirl. See what comes up for you, okay? It's so worth it. It's so worth it. I'm starting to meet really nice people in this city through these groups, okay? So there's that. Another thing, when I looked up freegans, I found another group called Buy Nothing, as in, buying something is literally called Buy Nothing Louisville. So it's the same concept as Free Cycle and the freegan group, where we're all just giving things away and finding things for ourselves in these groups without having to spend money other than driving to the person and picking it up from their porch or whatever. So please, please, please check, please look this seriously. And like I said, inside these groups too, people are constantly sharing information on resources for people who need help with their bills, who aren't homeless yet. They're sharing resources for people who are homeless. Like in Louisville right now, because of how bad winter got this month, someone who owns a hotel was kind enough to literally, the whole hotel was made only to house homeless people so that they wouldn't freeze outside. How amazing is that? And I found out about that in the freegan group. Another thing I found out about is that's how I found out about the pantries in my city. I found out about a nonprofit called South End Angels. So through these groups, you're going to find more resources for you. So don't be shy. Set aside pride. That's another thing when you're homeless. I know it kind of hurts. And if you've never asked for help, it's scary to do that. But when you let your guard down and ask for help, you will be amazed at who steps forward for you, at who comes forward to help and with no judgment. Because either we've been there before or know someone who's been there before, or just our heart feels for you regardless. So trust in these groups, no judgment. And literally, usually in these groups, that's like one of the primary rules to join the group. No judging, no harassment, or your ass is getting kicked out. Okay. So please check into these groups. The other one I'm going to say is Pay It Forward. That was 2 years ago when I had that rough interaction with that moderator who was rude. Since then, I don't even think that woman's a moderator anymore. So I'm a member of Pay It Forward Louisville, Pay It Forward Kentucky Anna, and maybe Pay It Forward Kentucky. And that's yet another amazing resource for the similar, the same thing. We're paying it forward. We're helping one another out, either with money, food, furniture, whatever, resources. So please check and see if your city has these groups on Facebook, okay? Now, here's a really cool life hack. If you are in a position where you have a kitchen, okay? So if you still have a home, but, you also want good food and you are trying to save money. This is what me and Ty did once we found a place to stay, but we didn't have enough money to live on our own in our own home. And we were starting to recover from, the stress and trauma that we had been through over the past years that led up to the homelessness. So we started to get back to eating healthier and found out about Every Plate. And I know there's other businesses that do this meal prep thing where they ship it to you. I know that there's HelloFresh. I know there's someone with a blue name. Whatever. There's all these companies now that you get on there and select like your plan, and a certain amount of meals for however many people is delivered to you for a price. And at whatever frequency you want. I can't remember. So all I know is I have experience with Every Plate. And this is a little hack we figured out and we used. So when you are a new member, you get like a cool discount. If you're someone new, especially if you see like an ad on Facebook, any social media or YouTube or whatever, they'll usually have a promo code for you because you're new. Like you'll get free delivery and like $50 off your first month or something like that, okay? So when you sign up, you have to sign up with an email, okay? You have to give card information and you get the discount. And then the promo will end after whatever time frame it is, okay? So what you can do is you basically just sign up. You sign up again, but you sign up with another email, okay? And we tested this out using a different email, but the same debit or credit card, and it works. So you can sign up again with a different email. So we did this a few times, not gonna lie, to last us for a few months. And it definitely took away so much stress, because I'm sure many of you have been there where like you want to eat better and you're busy, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, you're working, whatever your situation is, you don't want to think about what to cook. You just want the food to be there. You want to eat, but you want to, and you want to eat something good, right? So it's great because it's great meals, usually healthy, if you pick the right meals, and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to spend that mental energy in trying to figure out a recipe. So there's that. Now so aside from signing up with different emails, also go to Instagram, okay? Go to Instagram, go to the search tool and search for Every Plate. Literally put it all in one word, Every Plate. See what comes up, because you're going to get a mixture of like hashtags, and Instagram lets you search and then choose if you want to look at hashtags, accounts, stuff like that, okay? Look through it all, because you're going to find brand ambassadors. You're going to find people who have a collaboration going on with Every Plate, to where they're advertising for Every Plate, and if you see their post, there's going to be a promo code in the caption of their picture. So go through whatever you can on Instagram after you search for Every Plate and find those promo codes and use those babies. Use them. That's what we did, okay? You're welcome. I'm assuming that you can probably take what I've shared with you and apply it to the other companies, okay? And I can't, for the life of me. Blue Apron, is that the other one? There's like Blue Apron, HelloFresh, whatever else, okay? The same things I'm telling you, try these hacks with them and see if it works. This might be the last thing that I can share with you all. No, it's actually one of the two last things I'm going to share with you all on hacks hacks/resources, right? I realize now that I ended up doing hacks and resources all together, so whatever. Is that if you have online service or can get it, I don't know your situation, maybe you are still at home, maybe you have a place to stay, or you're able to go to a cafe or any place with Wi-Fi, or restaurant, a fast food place, or you got your phone, whatever your sitch is, okay? Especially because of COVID. It's crazy because now, because of COVID, online jobs are out the wazoo. So much has become remote. So consider looking for an online job. And I'm going to provide a link. It's a link I found while I was homeless. And this chick has a blog fully dedicated to online jobs. And she has a newsletter that she sends out like every week or every day with new online jobs. And you have to go check it out and look through each one because, you know, she posts all kinds of stuff. So sometimes it's stuff that you won't even have qualifications for. And then there's stuff that you will. There's like little gigs you can do. I'm not a big fan of doing the whole downloading an app and playing a game and collecting coins or doing surveys. I found it very tedious and it didn't help us at all. So I'm not even going to suggest that. What I suggest is, checking out Indeed.com. Indeed.com, make a profile, create like an online resume, because it basically will ask you information and then they basically have like a resume. It's basically like your resume on there. Create a profile on Indeed.com. Create a profile on LinkedIn.com. Never thought I would actually say that, but it's come a long way from when I first heard about it. LinkedIn.com. Do the same thing. Put all your experience, your resume, all that good stuff on there. And I'm going to put a link below for this chick's blog so that you can sign up for her newsletter and keep an eye out for updates on that. Try out talent.com, especially if you're like me who likes various jobs, or you're freelance, you're an artist. They have stuff like that. Another fellow journalist or writer that I met through Airbnb, because me and Ty, that was how we stayed afloat too. We stayed in Airbnbs till we got a place. She told me about mediabistro.com, and that's for people who are like writers and artists and stuff like that. If you're more in the creative fields, mediabistro.com. So yeah, I'm suggesting look for online jobs. And my amazing bank, which, wow, I'm just getting this idea now, and me giving you this information is going to help me out and it's going to help you out. Win-win. This is awesome. Let me write it down so I don't forget to talk about it. My bank is freaking amazing. If you love your bank, cool. All right. But with everything that he and I went through, and even before we were homeless, I already had my thoughts and feelings on, the old structure, the old paradigm that's going on. Okay. So these old banks that we have in place right now, I think it's not working. It hasn't been. It's part of this old funky structure that's not working, and it's keeping everybody stuck in the slavery loop. Okay. But, I know that my bank, it's got another bank behind it that's, but this one is more modern. My bank is Chime Bank, and they're amazing. And I'm a what's the word? I'm going to shamelessly tell you about my bank because it's cool and it's helpful and it's modern. Okay. It's an online bank. Okay. And they're amazing. Okay. It's easy to apply for it. You know how like when you have to go to these old school banks, like, I don't know, PNC or Chase or whatever, and like they make you come in and show paperwork and check your credit and all this bullshit. No, with Chime Bank, you go to their website, you click on apply. Getting ringing in my ear really strong. You put in your information, right? Your name, your social, and I forget what else, but it is literally, I think it takes like 5 minutes or less to apply, and you're approved. Okay, you get an account and they mail it to you, And wow, that brings up another issue, because we had this issue when we were homeless. If you're in a position where you don't know how to get mail. So wow. Let me make sure I tell you guys. So if you don't have a place to receive mail, like you don't have a home, if you're able to, ask a friend. If you don't have that, ask a family member. If you don't have that, if you can afford a P.O. box, try that. And then like private P.O. boxes, which are way more expensive though, but you can try it if you can afford it. And a free way to get your mail is go to a post office that's near your home or wherever you're staying, or just if you're living in a vehicle, a place that that you frequent a lot, find that post office. You go inside and you let them know you want all your mail. You want their post office to be your main post office, and you want all your mail collected there, and that you will come in and get it. Okay? They'll know what you're talking about. You have to fill out a slip or something, and all your mail will stay there. It won't have to get mailed out anywhere. It's there, and you just pop in and you pick up your mail. Okay? Old school style. So find a post office that's near you, that's near wherever you're living or where you frequent, and give that post office address. Once you go in and let them know you want your mail there and you want your address, you want it to be there. Let them know you're homeless. Let them know your situation. They'll know what to do. And they'll let you know what address you use when you give your address to places like a bank, okay? So make sure that your bank card is mailed to that post office. So that takes care of that, okay? So with my bank, Chime Bank, they have once you get on the application, the app, right? A mobile app, there's an area on there where they recommend all kinds of services. So in there's stuff they tell you about apps and sites that help you make money. So there's they told me about Steady, which I'm kind of figuring out. So far is nothing useful for me, but there's Steady. There's let me look at my phone, because now that I'm thinking about it, I think they tell you about InstaWork. They tell you about Make Money. I already said Steady. I think I found out about these other apps on my own. Field Agent, Wonolo, Wonolo. I already told you about Indeed. They have an app. Guru, Freelancer. These are different apps that I have in a folder for jobs. But Chime has this area where they tell you about different applications and businesses that help you find a gig, make extra money doing little things, but also other stuff like insurance, health insurance, finding a doctor, and cool modern stuff where you can actually have a video call with a doctor and pay a small fee if you don't have health insurance or something like that, okay? They told, I found out about sesame.com, like a sesame seed or Sesame Street. It's called sesame.com, and doctors accept insurance, and they'll also see if you don't have insurance. So it's a win-win, and it's a very small fee to see a doctor, okay? Now, so there's stuff like that on there. But I want to tell you about joining Chime Bank and how it can help you. So I'm going to pull up the app right now. I'm so glad I thought about this. Here we go.